Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching GEEKCASTER. I'm Michael, and today we've got in the studio, we have Bryan.
Yo.
How you doing, sir?
Doing good.
You doing good?
Yeah, man, right.
Cool. We got Eve. And we've got Amber. So we already know the big news. The big news is that
Excelsior.
What's that? F?
Yeah, snaps for that. Yeah, so Stan Lee has passed.
Unfortunately.
R.I.P.
Where were you guys when you heard the news?
Literally, on my way here. I was on my way to the A train. Had just gotten off the 4.
I think today would be a day to remember. What do you think?
Oh no, that's a fact. He's a legend.
Yeah. You'll always be known as the man behind Marvel, even though, he kind of...
Let's do this right now.
I'm just... Steve Ditko. Steve Ditko. That's all I'm going to say. You look it up.
So we're going to do a whole nother show
Ditko.
on that and go further with that, but Stanley, definitely rest in peace. And you guys are watching GeekCaster, everything sci-fi, fantasy, gaming, cosplay, geek culture. So, what is it? What do we see? What was at the premiere, Bryan?
Oh, we saw Overlord.
Overlord.
It's Overlord. It's a film, just came out last Friday from J.J. Abrams. J.J. Abrams, he's like the executive producer or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it's set during World War II with a black soldier. Could you call him soldier?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so black soldier, and they're heading to France.
Yeah, they're in France.
So they're in France. They have a mission, a specific mission to take down this radio tower. And they get to France, they get shot down. Majority of the team gets shot down. And craziness ensues. It's like zombies.
Yeah.
That's
freaky,
cute.
freaky.
Zombies.
And somebody's son that's famous.
Oh, what's his name?
Not Kirk Douglas. It's
No.
Russell.
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell, there you go.
Yeah.
Kurt
Yeah.
Russell.
I think he did
Chris
a good
Russell
job, though.
Douglas.
I was like, oh, there you go. Oh, yeah. So, that movie was, I'll talk about the opening scene. It was very high energy. I liked, as a pro, I really did like the opening scene, and it seemed like you were actually kind of trapped inside that plane with them while the back was blown out,
Yeah.
and everything was getting shot down. It was very loud, very electric, and there's a lot of yelling and struggle, and people are flying out the back end and stuff, so...
Yeah, the opening is very much so a World War II film, even though it's World War II and there's like a mixed company of black and white people on a plane in World War II.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, if you're going to do like a scientific, realistic kind of thing, kind of keep it accurate, but at the same time, I get it, but they kind of did a good job of kind of making you forget it's World War II at the time, so... Vietnam would have been a little more appropriate.
Yeah, it would have been appropriate,
in all honesty, but, yeah. And moving on throughout the movie, some more pros. I think they did really good with the makeup and everything.
Oh, yeah, totally.
And a lot of the action, the scenes were, as far as the explosions, the makeup, and kind of like the movement even of the zombies and stuff, they were very well thought out. Super soldiers, zombies.
Yeah, it's like the kind of crux. What I was thinking about when we finished on the phone, like, this could have taken place like in the background of Captain America: First Avenger. It's like where Captain America's not, this is happening.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I could see that if it actually was to be tied into that, but it's not. It's, some people are saying it could be tied into the Cloverfield universe since it's J.J. Abrams. I'm like, I don't know where it would fall in there.
I guess so. But then again.
Yeah,
it's like, where would exactly in that timeline
Yeah.
of Cloverfield, like where would you put it?
Yeah.
So that's that whole thing. You've seen Cloverfield, right?
I've seen Cloverfield, but I didn't see Overlord.
Yeah, and the last Cloverfield film was like they're in space, and it was a Netflix film. It got released, I think, after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like directly after the Super Bowl. It was
Yeah.
like, ha, surprise, we got this movie for you.
Here we are.
And it was weird. I didn't really see the Cloverfield one, or there's one where they're in a basement or something. But so yeah, in the last Cloverfield movie, it's basically they're in a scientific trip to try to repair the Earth, and they end up going to an alternate universe, and somehow going to the alternate universe to kind of disrupt the whole multiverse, and like these creatures end up attacking their planet, but not only in the current timeline, but throughout time.
Right.
So it ripples effects through the past and present. So the creature in Cloverfield 1 is actually got there because of the action that happened way in the future.
Yeah.
So it's...
I think the casting was good for
Yeah.
Overlord.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
The casting was good. It was a little weird that you didn't know who they really wanted to focus on.
It was a
in the
little
beginning.
confusing. I mean, it wasn't confusing at first. I mean, trying to get my words together. It was a little confusing, throughout the first 20 to 30 minutes of the movie. But you can obviously see like that, kind of like the first camera angle is on the main character. His name was, what was the main character's
something
name?
with a B.
Bonesy? Brams? I want to say Brams, but that's not right. That's definitely not right.
It's Bonesy or something. But the black guy. Black guy. Even though if you're looking at the trailers, you don't really... Well, for my take, I didn't really think it was going to be featuring a black guy. Even though looking at
Even though he's in the
trailer, yeah,
and you see flashes of him and stuff like
he's
that.
like, nope, you're not even thinking about him. Nope.
But he it was kind of nice change of pace for us, black main lead. So
He did a great job, by the way. I think he held it together.
yeah, he did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
So but he, instead of being like that loud, boisterous kind of like get it together, folks, that kind of like Southern character, he actually sounded a little different, even though he was from New Orleans and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, actually, he actually had a Haitian in the film. He had a Haitian background.
Yeah, Haitian.
Because when he was talking to the French girl, he made like this French girl in a small town.
Yeah, he said. I think he said his mother's from Haiti.
From Haiti, yeah. Because she was like, your French is different. He's like, oh well, because X, Y, Z.
Right.
Now, I liked the acting. I just didn't like how Bokeem was directed with that overly stereotypical Southern. Yeah.
War.
That was a little bit much.
Honestly, it was like the lighting and they were so dark. So I was like looking like this, like, is that Dave Chappelle? Like, do they have Dave Chappelle?
Everyone looked like somebody else. So the French girl, I thought she was Jessica Biel. I thought she was Jessica Biel. The main Nazi, I thought he was like the guy from Dawson's Creek, Joshua somebody. The main black guy, I thought he was David Oyelowo.
I'm dead.
The not Kurt Douglas. What's his name? Russell Douglas Russell. What's the white guy's name? Kurt Russell's son. I was like, oh,
Wyatt.
Kurt Russell.
His name is Wyatt.
Kurt Russell.
There you go.
You mean? Oh well, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
but I think that's what they did. They cast a bunch of people that did look like other
people. It was
people.
like a value brand cast.
Right.
Should I see the movie or?
I mean, I definitely say see it.
I would say you can catch it later.
Yeah. Just wait a little minute.
We have
See it, but later.
yeah, you can still see it,
Gotcha.
but I would see it later.
Gotcha.
But it did actually really well this weekend. It's number 2 at the box office.
Oh,
It did 30 million.
that's pretty good
Yeah.
for opening. So
Wait, no, it was third. Sorry.
third,
Yeah.
still pretty good.
Yeah.
Top
So,
10.
so what was this about? Because
So I saw Suspiria, and Suspiria is a remake of a 1978 film. It's about witches and dance. I didn't get to see the original, but this is very, very trippy. It's like if Martha Dance Group did like a performance in Blade. In the Blade movie, like that scene where they have like the blood orgy.
Oh.
That's what it kind of. That's kind of what it's like.
It's kind of like that, but just throughout the whole movie.
Just throughout the whole movie.
Gotcha.
Just very twisted. But I really like the cinematography of the dances. Really powerful.
It was like kind of panning in certain angles and kind
Well,
of
like it was like
more-
very, very intense. Like they were very intense dance moves. The choreographer actually, the main dance is called I forgot what it's called, but he created for a different piece and actually got incorporated full way through into the film. He didn't have to really change much, even the costumes. Originally, the costumes were like white rope, but for the dance, it was in red, and he expanded out for a cast of 12 instead of like 3 people.
Mm-hmm.
And so the thing is, there's these ancient witches. They're last came from like millennia ago, and the current set of witches, led by
Oh yeah, that looks really really
looks-
unique.
Yeah,
You know,
so yeah, it's really what's her
and, like,
name?
The
Yeah.
lighting and everything.
Yeah.
Like, and how it contrasts from their skin and stuff. So
Yeah, so
it's really,
Tilda Swinton was like the main witch, or she was trying to be the main witch. There was like supposed to be 3 witches, and they're trying to figure out who was the other main witch between her and this old decrepit witch that they kept in the basement. So they're trying to bring in new talent, these dancers, to help funnel their female energies into reviving this elderly witch because she thought that she was the third. So throughout the film, the main character, she's been visited by like these prophetic visions, and she's really well versed in dance. And as she's dancing, she's like, when her other dance mates, she's like in the basement floor and she's getting fucked up because she's dancing.
Watch him out, Cable.
She's getting messed up.
I didn't even notice it. That's how bad I am.
She's getting messed up because of the.
I didn't even notice either. Time out.
She's getting messed up because of the way she's dancing, and she's like invoking. Yes, that main character. She's dancing, and her energy is like dragging this girl around the room and snapping her in half and twisting her into horrible shapes and twists. Yeah, it's like really intense, and like
It sounds like some 70s kind of vibe.
yeah. So,
Now, what, the choreography kind of Bob Fosse kind?
no, it wasn't very buff. I would say it's more like Martha Graham. Martha
Okay.
Graham, yeah. Very modern, very like from the earth, like very from like you're like digging in and you're very strong in their movements. I think that was like one of the strongest aspects. Another thing
Of the whole movie.
of the whole movie, the cinematography and the dance.
And like, of course, you know, the lighting,
Oh yeah, so yeah.
like that. It plays a huge role in movies like
Yeah.
this. So
originally, the original film was more like bright, but this was kind of more drawn back and more very gray. It's like 1970, near the Berlin Wall, so it's like very gray and drawn and like.
What time period is supposed to take place in?
This is in this version. It's the 1970s.
Okay.
1970s. I believe it's Western Berlin.
Wow.
Yeah. And Tilda Swinton not only played the main witch, there's also a psychiatrist who was seeing one of the dancers who escaped, and she was also him.
That's trippy.
And
yeah, that is. I'm like,
Okay, like what?
and she was also the other witch, like a decrepit, like
so it's kind of like
she's
one
playing all the
person,
roles.
but 3 people.
No, she was
kinda like-
she was playing 3 different characters.
Oh, 3 different characters.
3 different
Okay, I thought you
characters.
meant like.
No,
Okay.
no, everyone's split up. Yeah, she's playing 3 different characters.
Should we be watching this film?
I would say yeah. Like for the cinematography, the dance. Oh my god, it's great, great. I didn't really get some of the shots. There were like a few things with like mirrors. I guess it was trying to reflect inner energies or reveal things. I guess saying that that could be it. It was trying to reveal
Yeah, you,
things.
like the way you're explaining it seems like it could be like not necessarily a play,
Mm.
but kind of kind of like those interpretive dances that you go to, kind of like Alvin and Ailey.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So it seems like it could have been like could be brought live, or if it already has been, you know.
Yeah.
Then that
There was
thing.
yeah.
That sounds cool. I think I'll check it out. No. Check it out.
Well, you know the big news is this little fella. Hold on a second.
Yay!
You know what? I was literally.
That is so creepy. Such a creepy picture.
He looks like a yellow rat.
That's what most of the fan art.
Isn't he supposed to be a rat?
Yeah, he's a rat. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like
Oh,
most-
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a rat. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's supposed to
Pikachu's
be a
legit
rat.
Yeah, he's an electric mouse type.
Wow.
Just imagine picking up one like the New York rat looks like Pikachu or something like that.
Honestly,
Would
I'd
you really run
yeah,
away?
I,
Would you
I'd
not take the subway if Pikachu was a New York rat?
It's the only reason I'd go to New York. It looks like
Gotta
Pikachu.
catch 'em all.
So if you saw this in the subway,
Oh,
I'm taking that home for
I'm
me.
kidding
Nah,
you.
that's cute. Nah, you're bugging. That's cute.
No, that's not
so
cute.
I don't
What?
know.
that's not cute.
What? The only time it's not cute is if it were red. Like
So what was your starter?
my starter, a Squirtle.
Bulbasaur.
Yes, Bulbasaur. Oh my god. See,
Nah.
Bulbasaur all the way. Forget Squirtle. What is Squirtle gonna do?
Walk up to you and say, Squirtle.
Squirtle.
That's, he was the cutest.
But he had a whole gang.
That's a fact.
He had
And
the
you
Squirtle
seen
squad.
the evolved?
So yeah, we're talking about this because the new trailer for Pokemon Detective Pikachu came out today, and it's a lot to take in.
I just watched it
excited.
before I came here.
I'm
Yeah.
very
So-
excited.
It's like,
so they got the actor from The Get Down.
Yeah, so they have Justice Smith as Tim Goodman. We have Ryan Reynolds as the voice of Detective Pikachu. Yes, Pikachu is speaking. Pikachu has a voice in this.
But only two.
my thing is, I saw somewhere. I think isn't Pikachu supposed to be a girl or something like that?
No.
Because
Pikachu's
Blue's Clues is a girl.
Pikachu can be a girl, but they have to have a heart tail.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep, that's what it is. The
well,
hardtail shape.
you have the voice actor for him is a woman. That's
Yes.
why people are saying that. In fact, I'm going to let's see if I could put this up so that people can see what we're talking about here. Hold on a second. Here we go. So yeah, watching this trailer, I don't know if I'm.
So there's Charmander. There was a Dodrio there. This is him as Tim Goodman. So the whole story of this is based on the video game Detective Pikachu.
Mm-hmm.
It came from the Nintendo 3DS family of systems because that's how Nintendo does it. So the story is this guy, Tim Goodman, he has to go to Rhyme City to find out his father is missing. So he's trying to track him down, and he discovers his father's Pikachu is there. But he's the only person who can talk to Pikachu. And hilarity ensues. He ends up trying to figure out different cases to track that information of what happened to his father, and there's like this whole conspiracy. I haven't finished the game yet, I'm sorry. I had it for a while, and I was like, I can pick it up whenever I can, you know.
And how long ago was that?
This game came out like a year ago.
A year ago.
Came out like a year ago, and it came out even further than that in Japan. It was only like a download game, but in the US it came out as a physical copy with extra content.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I feel like if Pikachu were to have a voice, I'm cool having Ryan
Ryan.
voice him.
But just think about it, like Pikachu. If this was like, more, like rated R,
Oh.
just imagine like
Yo.
Pikachu
Well,
with like
really-
Deadpool voice.
No
Originally,
filter.
some people wanted Pikachu to be voiced by Danny DeVito.
Oh
Yeah,
wow!
they wanted for this film. They wanted to be voiced by Danny DeVito because it's kind of like a noir, a film noir, since it's like a detective story.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
That makes plenty of sense.
it's like a gruff voice. Oh yeah, and the Japanese version of the game, his voice is very gruff.
Just imagine like Gilbert Gottfried instead. Like,
No.
like his voice is like it's like taking
Hey!
a cheese grate,
Hey!
a cheese grater, and
Pika,
putting it
pika!
against and putting it against a chalkboard and just taking the cheese grater.
Pika, pika.
Have
So
you
this
guys
is
seen
interesting.
Sherlock Holmes?
So
Yes, I have.
so they are keeping the fact that people hear Pika Pika, but
Yeah.
like you said before, he's the only one
So
that could
cute.
hear his
Yeah.
actual voice. So,
But imagine Pikachu being played by Holmes.
So smart Alec Pikachu.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
so what do you guys think? Is this a must see?
Oh no, yeah, that's a fact. I'm here for it. Pikachu looks cute. Y'all are bugging. I wish Charizard looked cuter though. But this
I like
What's cute
how
about
Charizard.
Charizard's a butthole.
Excuse
Charizard's
me.
cool.
The
He's
only
cool,
reason
but he's a butthole.
Like his that.
Think about it. He's like when I feel like it, Ash. At like sometimes, that's how Charizard is.
No, because Ash,
No,
Ash,
that's
was-
Charizard.
Ash is a loser.
whoa.
Ash, you're a loser. You ain't never gonna win. It's been 20 plus years. You ain't never won a league
He's 13 or
championship.
12.
You ain't never won.
my
You
God.
got so close in Unova, and it wasn't Unova. It was the Kalos region. You got so close. You were the final two. You could have won. You had a type advantage. You had a type advantage. You could have won it all. But no.
If this turns out to be like the next Dragon Ball live action, I'm like,
I will be pissed.
Yeah.
Oh,
My thing is,
it's not really a cartoon.
some of them, their textures are weird looking. Like for the Jigglypuff, it has fur, and
Jigglypuff is like kind of the smooth thing.
I mean, it's in
it's a
theory,
little-
in theory, it's supposed to actually have some kind of fur, I would think, but you wouldn't think it was so much. And also, my thing about it is, since you're putting it in a real world, like there's real world consequences and real world physics to bodies and shapes. Like, okay, so you have your Pikachu, and if it get angry at you, it's gonna electrocute you. Would you get killed? You have a Charmander, if it gets angry at you, it might hit you with a Flame Blast.
You
Would that kill you? Looking at Jigglypuff, where are its bones?
Maybe it's like
It's-
maybe it's cartilage, like sharks. I don't know.
Oh,
Or frogs.
that's a
Yeah.
good idea. I mean, well, no,
Yeah.
frogs, they have that, but for Jigglypuff, it's basically a head.
Yeah,
Because their eye sockets take up so much space for the body, and then they have little.
yeah. Again, I guess it could be. I guess it could be like a shark, or maybe they're going for instead of a shark, maybe a squid type thing. You know, or like
guess
squid or
if you're a
octopus.
mammal.
I don't know. I think they're going like too deep into this.
Nope, I'm not going deep enough because
It's like I'm gonna keep going.
I've had 20 plus years to figure this stuff out.
You guys.
I go deep.
Jigglypuff.
That
Okay.
was a funny scene. So I guess he must have sung the song and
Right.
knocked somebody out. But
Oh man.
That'd be kind of nice in those like restless nights. You have a Jigglypuff singing to you. You're just like, and then you
unless
don't,
it gets angry and just slaps you and right in your face when you're sleeping.
So, there's a lot of movies that are going to come out during the holidays, as well as
What holiday other than Thanksgiving is coming up?
after just in general
Oh,
from
Thanksgiving.
the
Yeah, there's
next.
still some. There's
3
Widows.
months.
There's
Ooh, I actually kind of want to see that. The spider. What is it?
Enter the Spider-Verse.
No. Yeah, that too. I wasn't thinking about that, but I was.
The girl with the
That's
spider
right.
tattoo.
The girl with the dragon tattoo, but she's like caught in the spider's web. That's what it's called, I think. You haven't seen that or the preview for it?
I haven't seen any of those
It
films.
looks pretty interesting.
I saw
There's
the
this
preview
one
for it, yeah.
scene in particular though, where the girl with the dragon tattoo is like caught in this like black garbage bag looking thing, but it's not a garbage bag.
I'm
Obviously, it's
hanging
something
in
a
the
little
spider
stronger.
webs.
And there,
Read the
it's like
message.
she's in there, and she's like, "What in the world?" And then it starts suctioning itself, so it like encases like her body, and it's like basically taking the air out of it. And she's just gonna suffocate. I'm like, that looks terrifying. Forget
That's
burning
crazy.
to death. Forget drowning.
didn't see
I don't
this
want to die that way. You know?
Being
The only part of the
suffocated.
trailer I remember seeing is her jumping into the tub. It's like an explosion. She's like,
You know, it's almost like that Indiana Jones thing. Whenever he jumps into the fridge and survives that explosion.
oh yeah, yeah.
Like, no, that
It's
doesn't
in
happen.
deep,
You're just
it's
gonna get
in
rattled
deep,
around
it's
and
in
become a scrambled egg.
I'm really surprised you just kind of glossed over the Spider-Verse.
You know, I was actually thinking of something else. That's why I glossed over it. But instead, let's go into the Spider-Verse. Let's go, guys. How are you guys feeling about this? How are you guys feeling emotions? I'm excited for it.
I'm gonna see it multiple times.
Multiple
I
times.
started the year with Black Panther. I'm gonna end the year with Miles Morales.
Do you have a favorite spider?
Miles Morales. I was just Miles Morales.
Yeah, you did just. I was like,
Yeah, like
you have a favorite.
And how do you say his name? Shamik. Shamik. Shamik Moore.
Yeah.
There you go. He's
Yeah,
playing
he was
Spider-Man.
in Dope. He was in
He was in Dope.
yeah.
He just doesn't have the.
In fact, it's interesting. A lot of the actors in The Get Down have been placed in a lot of films. So that one series, even though it had a weird start, it started to blow up, and then all of a sudden, it kind of phased out. But they got work from that, so that's good.
I did not like the Get Down.
You didn't like?
No,
I did
apparently
not
they
like the
spent
Get
so
Down.
much
They
money
spent
on the Get
so much.
Down. It's
Baz
just a flop.
Luhrmann spent all of their money.
Wow.
He spent for the first, I think it's the first episode. The first episode was like the 2-hour one. I was like,
Yeah,
what am I watching?
yeah.
And there's like intercut scenes where it's like the trains in the Bronx. I'm like, y'all
The-
didn't spend any more money on this?
The elements were dope. I think he tried to do too much, and it definitely could have been a different cut, like a fan cut, and it would have had more bite. And it definitely got weird. They didn't know what to do with Jaden Smith's character. Did you
I
get
feel
that
like
far
it was
into
kinda-
it or no?
I
No.
feel like.
I was
For
like,
Jaden Smith's character, I feel like a lot of times what happens is directors are like, all right, this is Will Smith's son. What would you like to do, Jaden Smith? I just like to breathe.
I like to be here and be cool and weird and corner.
And that's what they did.
See, that's what I feel like they do instead of actually like directing Jaden Smith. They just let Jaden Smith direct himself
Jaden
and
Smith
do his own
being
kind of
Jaden
thing.
Smith.
Yeah, I mean, no problem with like doing you, but like at the same time, it has to like flow.
Fit, yeah. Fact.
Oh, you mean it has to make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Just
can't
a
just
bit.
like pick a character based off your mood.
Oh.
All right, so let's get we'll do another episode. We'll keep giving you guys the good stuff, but hit everybody with your social media.
Penny Parker's my favorite spider, just in case.
What is your social
Yeah,
media?
I was gonna say like we
Social
completely
media.
skipped
Yeah, we
Salt-
completely skipped me.
It's fine.
Me.
We don't have time.
Go
Right?
ahead. Go ahead.
Time's running out.
Saltine_cracker. Don't forget the underscore.
Love One Von on Instagram and Snapchat. LOVEONEVON.
Chaos Black at everything. KAOSBLAC. Later, folks.
Michael 7 Michael, that's the number 7. Michael 7 Michael, and you're watching GeekCaster. Just check us out, geekcaster.com, GeekCaster on Instagram, and we will continue giving that sci-fi fantasy geek culture conversations.
X-Men out.